So this is the next wine that we've got, and you can buy it in two different versions. So it's Scylla from Birichino. It's a blend of Carignan and Grenache and Syrah, so it's a blend of different grape varieties. But you can buy it in a can, 89 crowns, or in a bottle, which is going to be my glamorous, actually not very glamorous at all, assistant over here is going to inform me as to how much this is.
£299.
299 crowns. So you can buy either. But can you tell the difference? And indeed, if there is a difference, does it make any difference? Now, this is the weird thing. I've got these two wines in these two glasses. I wanted to say, no, there's absolutely no difference. I can see there's a difference. And I'm not quite sure what. Now, they are the same wine from the same vintage in different things. I can tell you one of these, weirdly, is slightly darker in colour, and one of them is slightly lighter in colour. I actually kind of know why, weirdly. There is a sort of a technical reason why. So they look different, but do they taste different? Well, let's find out. So I have to tell you that's lovely. It's slightly, you know when people have sort of potpourri in their lavatory or something? There's this slightly interesting wild scent that you get. It's perfumed in a way. That's not uncommon actually with Carignan. Carignan often has a sort of wild herbal sort of scent to it. It's lovely over black fruit. Let's have a smell on this side. It smells exactly the same. I mean exactly the same. So although they look different, they smell identical. I'll just double check. Yeah. There isn't any difference. I think it's to do with the way, it's what's known as a bottling protocol. And so in order to get the wines to taste the same, you actually have to treat them slightly differently when they go in a can as opposed to when they go in a bottle, because there's slightly different interactions. And one of those things it involves is sulfur dioxide. I'm getting really technical here, and I suspect that this has a bit more in it, which has a bleaching effect. So it's slightly bleached the colour, but it's meant that the wine tastes kind of the same. Let's have a try anyway. I love that wine. It's not Californian at all. It comes from California. It's not Californian in that sense that, I mean, Birichino generally, the guys there are very interested in European winemaking. In fact, they came and trained in Europe and did some European winemaking here. So they want to make something that has much more interesting terroir typicity. It's more traditional. They go and find these really interesting old vineyards and they want to capture the essence of these often forgotten old vineyards that have great varieties like Carignan in them that nobody's wanting to, people haven't been growing for or taking for years. So that often the fruit's gone into other sort of lesser wines and they've gone, no, this is amazing. And it is. Let's have a try of this. Is it different? No. It's the same sort of character. It's the weirdest thing that I've got two wines that I think they look quite different, but they smell and they taste exactly the same. And I think that what's happened is in order for them to taste and smell the same, it's actually meant that you have to slightly change the colour. I'm going to have a go. I think that the slightly paler one was in the can, and I suspect that the slightly darker one was in the bottle. For me, that's really interesting, because often how a wine looks is really, really important compared to, it tells you how it tastes. Here we have two wines that I think smell and taste very, very similar, but they look quite different. But the reason they look quite different is so that they can taste kind of similar. And I think if you want just have a nice glass of Birichino Scylla, you should, because it's great. Just buy a can, have it at home. People often come up with that thing, if you have a pregnant partner. I don't know, you just want to go and have a nice glass of wine. I quite often have cans of wine in the house, because actually I quite enjoy just a wine, just for me, and Mrs F isn't such a big fan, so I'll just go and have one of these. And I don't really want to have bottles of wine floating about, so I will be buying this in can. To be honest, I won't be buying it in bottle as well, but this is great wine.